Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to briefly talk about a movie that I just watched for the second time. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I have a pretty bad memory due to a few different things in life, but work and stuff. I try to remember a lot of things. So when it comes to movies, if the movie isn't really, really gripping or has some crazy or funny thing happening, sometimes it kind of goes to the back of my head and flies out. So All American Murder is a 1991 movie that I recently watched for the second time on Tubi. It also has a Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray release, which if I found it cheap enough, I would pick it up. That's what kind of spurred this. I found it on Facebook in a group, and I wrote to the guy, and he ended up trading it before I had a chance to buy it, but it was a very good price. So that being said, I rewatched it, and it's a pretty interesting movie. It was I think, direct to video. I would say it's like a murder mystery thriller. It's about this young man who is a pyromaniac and he gets in trouble. His father's a judge, and his dad is kind of calling in all the favors he can to sort of help his son out, but he's at his wits' end. The son ends up going to college and he starts sleeping. I'm not giving away too much. He starts sleeping with the dean's wife. He falls in love with the head cheerleader. He starts to, make certain friends and stuff, but it almost slightly reminds me of Twin Peaks. Everyone sort of has an ulterior motive, and there's something going on with some of the people, and it starts to come out over the course of the film. And one character at the beginning dies, and he's attached to that character. And as the movie progresses, the main detective, who's played by Christopher Walken, gives him the sort of opportunity in a certain time frame to help figure out who's doing the murders, because Christopher Walken doesn't really believe it's him. It's all really unbelievable bullshit, but it's kind of a fun little murder mystery. Again, the characters are pretty interesting. They all sort of have a dark side to them, almost like a David Lynch type of film or TV show. I will say the two things that really bothered me about the movie were the main character, whose name escapes me currently. I think it's like Craig Schleitner or something, whatever. His voice is really bad. It's like high pitch and grating and whiny. So when he speaks, it's very annoying. And he speaks a lot. The other thing is, him and Christopher Walken are constantly having these weird retorts. So someone will say something and they always have these sort of one-liners back at them throughout the film. Like they'll be like, well, I think you're the one who did the murders, and then they'll turn around with this quick-witted response, and it just throughout the whole film they do that. So it's very unplausible. A lot of it feels very staged in that regard. And Christopher Walken just is Christopher Walken. He's very over the top with that, voice and that tone and those inflections. So if you like him, you'll probably like his role. So it's a murder mystery, and they're trying to figure out who's doing these murders. And the main character is trying to figure out, as he progresses through the story, the people that are around him keep getting murdered. So it keeps kind of pointing to him. And then there's a twist at the end of the movie. There's a twist towards the middle, and then there's a twist at the end, and then it ends up being someone you sort of didn't expect. So it's a cool little movie. Again, if it was on sale for 12, 13, 14 bucks, I'd probably pick it up. It's not something I would run out and spend $20, $30 on, or $25, whatever, from Vinegar Syndrome. But it's a fun little movie. It definitely has that hint of Twin Peaks, and it came out in 91. So I'm wondering if, because Twin Peaks came out in 90, if perhaps they were a fan of it. It's also directed by the guy who played Potsy from Happy Days, which was kind of interesting. So if you like a sort of murder mystery noir type of thing, then I would recommend All American Murder. It's not going to win any awards, but it's definitely a fun little direct-to-video movie that could be far worse. So let me know, guys, if you've seen All American Murder. It seems to really have its fans on Facebook, so I'm glad I rewatched it. Thank you guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.